Hello, welcome to a Get to Know Me questions, and here we go. Number 1, pan paint or tube paint? I prefer pan paint as the tube is too messy to deal with, and to be fair, it really is too messy to deal with, and it gets everywhere, it goes on your clothes, so I prefer to use a pan paint. Number 2, wet on wet or wet on dry? I've never actually done the wet on wet technique. I've only done the wet on dry technique. And I prefer that. I prefer to do the wet on dry technique anyway. Because I've never really tried the wet on wet technique yet onto the paper. So, question number 3. Watercolour pencils or liquids? Again, I prefer the pan paints more than the liquid than the watercolour pencils, because I just find the pan paints easier to work with than the pencils or the liquids. Number 4, limited palette or maximum palette? I prefer the maximum palette with more colours, I must admit, because with me using a pan paint, I like a mixture of colours. That's what I like to do. Question number 5. Plastic water cups or glass water cups? I prefer use the glass cups more than the plastic ones. So yeah, that's that. Question number 6. Do you prefer painting at a tilted easel or flat on a desk? Now, it depends really, because sometimes I will use an easel for when I do the canvases. But on me watercolour paper, I prefer to paint at a flat desk, so working at my desk, rather than an easel, because I don't like the water running or getting a bit messy, if you get me, if I put too much water on. Number 7. Do you paint from real life photos or from your own imagination? Well, I do paint from real life photos. I mean, yeah, I go on Google and I just look for a picture that I like. Then I paint it. Number 8. Do you work on one painting at a time or multiple pieces at a time? Now, I only do one painting at a time, because I find it more easy than working on, say, 3 or 4 paintings. So if I do the one painting, then I'll be fine with it, then I know it's going to get done. So I don't like doing multiple paintings at all, just the one painting at a time. Number 9. Do you buy a new sketchbook when you still have one that's not yet completed? I do this, yes. I do buy loads more, not loads, but 1 or 2 sketchbooks before I even finish the sketchbook that I've already started. Whoops. And the last question, number 10. Do you scroll on Google for hours to find a picture to paint? I do that, yeah, I do scroll on Google for pictures to paint. Because usually I don't even know what paint. So it's like, what do I paint today? What do I try out today like? So yeah, I do scroll for hours on Google before I find a picture that I like, that I want to paint with my watercolour paints. So yeah, that's that. So that does happen a lot, unfortunately. It really does happen. So I hope you liked today's video, when you found something interesting or something new out about me. And we'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.